Today we speak with Rebecca Stirrup, who is a homeopath in New Zealand and the president of the New Zealand Homeopathic Society. And she's also an avid volunteer for Homeopathy for Health in Africa. And she has been volunteering for them for over a decade, returning to Tanzania frequently to help those in need. Rebecca was featured on episode 56 of this podcast, so be sure to have a listen to that as well. And Rebecca recently returned to Tanzania after not being able to visit during the travel restrictions with COVID. And we arranged to do some recordings while she's visiting the various clinics so we can share with you, our lovely listeners, the work that Homeopathy for Health in Africa is doing. So in this episode, you will also find the full video on my YouTube channel, and you will see Rebecca at the clinics, and you'll see the people in the background and also the volunteers at the clinic. It's just quite spectacular actually seeing it. So make sure you type in Eugenie Kruger Homeopathy in YouTube, and that should pop up. The first recording of this interview was done on the 28th of July when Rebecca was visiting one of the homeopathy clinics called the Urine Center in Arusha. And in the same episode, we also have a second recording, which was done on the 2nd of August when Rebecca visited another homeopathic clinic in Mweka, high up in Kilimanjaro. Now, as many of you know, the Homeopathy Hangout podcast celebrated its 100th episode on the 12th of August with a big party here in Perth, and each of the 100 guests that attended paid $10 for their ticket. And the $1,000 that we raised, we donated to Homeopathy for Health in Africa. I really love donating to this charity because you can really see exactly where your money is going and the huge change that it's making in the lives of so many people. So if you would also like to support Homeopathy for Health in Africa, you can make a donation at www.homeopathyforhealthinafrica.org, and they are really seeking monthly donations. So if you want to make a monthly donation of anywhere from $10 or $20 a month or even more, please visit their website as well. Enjoy the episode and be sure to check us out on YouTube.
Welcome to the Homeopathy Hangout, where we discuss all things homeopathy from around the world. And now my mum and your host, Eugenie Kruger.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I'm actually amazed
Can you
that
hear
you
me?
have, I can. I'm amazed that you have any connection out where you are.
Yeah, we're high up on the Kilimanjaro this morning at a place called Mweka. I can't really show you the view, but we are high, so sometimes the service is not so good.
Wow, cool. Well, you could click on the flip screen.
So here we are. This is our waiting room here.
Oh, is that
And,
banana growing there?
Yes, this is banana, and there's all sorts of tropical plants. We're high. I hope you can see that. I don't know how easy it is to see that we're high.
Wow. I think, Rebecca, what I'm going to do is keep as quiet as possible just with the connection. So you just keep talking and I'll stay quiet on this side.
Okay, so I'll keep talking. So here we are at Mweka, which is one of our outreach clinics high up on the Kilimanjaro. And we've been coming here for many, many years. We have a local organizer here who I'll introduce you to in a minute called Sister Ida. And she looks after her whole community. She's an amazing woman. So we have got a station set up, and then this is the waiting room over here. So we've got a number of patients to see this morning, and we've already seen about 8. So I thought I'd tell you about a couple of cases we've seen already today. We've had a lady with AIDS, and she last came 5 years ago, and I saw her myself, and unbelievably, she turned up today after 5 years. So that's pretty, I don't know how that works. The synchronicity of it is amazing, huh?
Oh, amazing.
So she has AIDS, and when she came 5 years ago, she was very weak with a lot of dizziness, a loss of appetite. Her legs were very painful. She couldn't really stand so well. She was very thin and unable to eat. And she was anxious. She was struggling with her neighbors. She was having bad dreams. Anyway, we gave her zinc because of the weakness, the dizziness, and this whole SORA, this whole thing, which is very common in AIDS, lots of common symptoms of AIDS. Anyway, she came back 5 years later saying, actually, she's been well, and her viral load has been really good. And then symptoms just came back 3 months ago. So she hasn't had another remedy in between, which is pretty fantastic.
That's amazing.
Yes, the last 3 months she's been experiencing some abdominal pain, and she's also got double vision. She's still taking her ARV medication, but she can eat well now. Everything, she's gained weight. Everything is going better on that front. but she's got the double vision. She's got a lot of abdominal pain, lower abdominal pain, and she's really sad because, she's feeling really sad and low. Her children are living a long way away, and she's been having bad dreams again, a lot of dreams about being burials and coffins and funerals. Yeah, and she's missing her kids, and she feels quite lonely. Anyway, she's a widow. So I've just given her Natrum Mure this morning. So I'm hoping that will send her on her way again. She said she will come back in a month and let me know rather than wait the 5 years. But yeah.
Oh. And how long are you in Tanzania this time?
I'm here for 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
I've got
nice.
plenty of time to see, the follow-ups of the cases I'm seeing now. Yeah.
Incredible.
Another one we've had is a lady with chronic bladder infection. She came this morning, but she's had it for about 18 months on and off, and a vaginal discharge. And we've taken the case, and we were sort of thinking, and eventually she told us she had a smear test about a man came and did everybody in the area. So she had a smear test, and since then she's had basically an infection, and I think a bladder infection as well. So we've just given her Thuya this morning.
Oh,
yes.
That's very interesting. I actually have a client as well who's had these repeated vaginal infections since she had a smear. For her, it was that mental, emotional aspect of the invasion of that. And so we've tried a few remedies. I don't think I've given her Thuya, but that's interesting you mentioned that.
Yeah, well, the discharge was quite Thuya-like. I won't go into details on that.
Cool.
And also with both the bladder and the vaginal infection. Yeah, and she has actually had Thuya from us in the past, so I thought, okay, I'm going to stick with Thuya. She had it a few years ago, so she's a long-term patient. Yeah.
Amazing. Like potency-wise, do you find that the people there, you tend to use lower potency or higher potencies, or just a little bit of everything?
We use lower potencies because particularly with the people with AIDS or chronic illness, sometimes they're quite weak. We just give a 12C daily in a medium-sized bottle, and they know to take a capful or a quarter capful a day. And it also helps because if they are on another medication like their ARVs, which are the medication for AIDS, then it helps them. And it's just the standard way we give it here. People take it every day. It reminds them that they're taking a medicine, and then the medicine or the bottle is designed to last a month. So then they come back after 5 weeks. Usually that's what we do. So they'll have had a week off the remedy, and then we can see if any symptoms return or whether they're doing well. So they have 4 weeks on, 1 week off, and then we can either repeat or change.
I've just remembered that you did tell me that last time, so my apologies. But this will be a good one for listeners who haven't listened to the previous episode.
Yeah,
we'll just pretend I did that on purpose.
There's another little case that is really sweet. We just had a child come in this morning with her grandmother. The grandmothers are called BBs here, which is a rather cute word.
Oh, that is interesting because my daughter has got a book. It's from South Africa, and the one person's name is Bibi. It's Bibi. So that's interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Okay.
That's grandmother, or sometimes just older woman. But
okay, excellent.
So this little girl is now living with her grandmother because there's been some for about the last 18 months, or slightly less actually, maybe, yeah. And there's some problems in the family, so she came to live with the grandmother, and she's been really homesick, and she started not wanting to eat, losing her appetite, feeling really fussy about food. And you can see she's quite a sad little girl, and then she's got all these tummy pains, and the only thing that seems to relieve it is lying down on her tummy at night. And so we took a couple of symptoms, but I know one of the remedies we give often to children here is one of the magnesiums, because that orphan syndrome of being forsaken or, feeling forsaken, feeling left behind. And sometimes it's from the death of parents, which is quite common here. Children do lose their parents, and this little child hasn't had the death of her parents, but she is like an orphan, really. She's come to live with her grandmother. Her grandmother doesn't have so much money for food, so she's not getting the same quality of food as she got at home, and she's quite fussy. She only wants to eat meat, and there's no meat here. She's only getting the vegetables, which she doesn't like. So anyway, we gave her magnesium muriaticum.
Oh.
And it's a remedy I've given often here, and I'm hoping she'll do really well on that.
That's beautiful.
So would you like me to introduce you to Sister Ida, who is our organizer here?
Can't wait. How long has she been there?
This is Sister Ida.
Hello, Jumbo.
Sister Ida has lived in...
Hello, sijambo, habari yako?
Sister Ida has lived here her whole life. She looks after her community. And I'm just going to ask Sister Ida, I don't know what, she's amazing. She uses homeopathy herself, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
And what do you think about homeopathy, Sister Ida?
I think it is a wonderful remedy. It's a wonderful way of living. It has helped me a lot and many others.
Oh,
And I'm happy. I'm happy about homeopathy. For the past more than 10 years, I've been on homeopathy and I have abandoned all other medications from hospital and from other places. And
that is inspiring.
She is well.
And how wonderful that you're doing this work for your community as well. That is really brilliant.
And the other thing about homeopathy, especially where Rebecca is, you know, my community is not a community of rich people. They are poor. They can't afford a lot of things, especially medication. But then HHA comes here and gives them remedies which are very effective and for free.
I know.
So that they cannot, so that they are getting for free without payment. Many come and many benefit. I think it is the hand of God that has come to us.
Oh, you're going to make me cry. That is so beautiful.
Let's be happy. Let's be happy. Let's rejoice. Let's rejoice.
So tell me, when HHA first arrived there, were you a little bit skeptical about homeopathy, or did it make sense to you straight away?
Yeah, indeed, I was skeptical, and Rebecca knows that I asked for literature, and she gave me literature. Then I got convinced. When I used it myself and felt better, my roots were there. And I keep telling people to come to get remedy from homeopathy.
Oh, I love that. I have to show you my T-shirt that I have got on today. It says, yes, I have a remedy for that.
Great. That is great.
You know that there's a remedy for everything, hey?
I believe so. And now, for me, I have to show you myself that I'm a product of homeopathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can smile today because of remedies I got from homeopathy.
Oh,
I was miserable. Yeah.
So what sort of things has it helped? Oh, yeah? What sort of things has it helped you with?
My hypertension has gone down. My allergies, I was allergic to lots of things, even to people. Can you believe? Can you believe? But now my allergies have gone down tremendously. Only few things are left, like dust. Some of the dust is affecting me, and some foods which I can't eat. For example, eggs, certain proteins affect me, but I'm not worried.
I'm just wondering, has Rebecca shown you how to make your own homeopathic remedy? Because you can actually make a remedy from the dust that's out there and then take that remedy and see if it helps you with the dust allergy. Just a thought.
Not yet.
Not yet. We can try.
But now, the fact that we are lucky that she has come back, I'm sure, I'm hopeful that she will show me. You know, we missed her for this past 3 or 4 years. But now she has come. We are so happy. I am very hopeful she will show me.
Well, I can see she's very happy to be with you. She's just like radiating, isn't she? She just looks like she's in her element. She looks so happy to be there with you.
You know, she told me that she comes from Ireland, and I always claim that I am Irish by inclination.
Inclination.
By inclination. So you can see our roots are almost the same.
Oh, I love that. Well, I'm very jealous of your beautiful mountain there, because here in Perth, where I am, it's very, very flat. And I come from South Africa originally, where in the Paarl Valley, where we've got beautiful mountains. And then I've moved here to Perth, where we have no mountains. And I want to cry sometimes because I miss the mountains so much.
You make a short visit. You may make a short visit, and please remember to make a short visit to Kilimanjaro.
Oh, believe me, it's on our list. It's on our list.
Where I am, it's one of the routes for coming down from the mountain passes just at my face. I will see you. I'm sure to see. I'll be able to see you.
I can't wait. So what other services do you offer at your facility there? Is it just the homeopathy or do you do other things as well?
Before homeopathy came, I was offering counseling for health, especially those who live with HIV, AIDS. And I assisted them to get to hospital, to get a treatment, for the children to get their education, etc., etc. I still go on. I still carry on the same job. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Sister Ida family counselling for many years. So there's a lot of widows here, aren't there, Sister Ida, who are suffering from grief and they've lost children, they've lost husbands, and Sister Ida really helps them with that, their emotional well-being as well as their physical well-being.
That's amazing. So can you maybe tell our listeners, our listeners are all over the world, America, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, everywhere. What is it like over there for the widows or for people living with AIDS? What is it like over there for them? What is the culture like around people who have AIDS and what is the progression? What's the forecast kind of somebody that has been diagnosed with AIDS? What will their life look like over there?
These days it's not so bad. Initially, in the 90s, it was very bad because there was not enough education. There was a lot of negative reception of the condition. That means despairing and coupled with a lot of stigmatization. But with a lot of education now and good counseling, people accept their situation. And some of them have even forgotten that they are living with HIV. They carry on life as usual because they get this antiretroviral, which gives them strength. I'm saying they have almost forgotten it. They are scared of COVID-19. It's COVID-19 which is scaring, not HIV anymore.
There's always something to be scared of in this world if, the powers that be would have their way.
Even the war in Ukraine is scary.
But not AIDS.
Yeah.
So, Sister Edna, how do you find that the homeopathy works alongside the antiretrovirals? Do you find that works really well?
A lot of it, because what we call the other side effects, someone not having enough immunity will be attacked by these other diseases, which are cured by homeopathy. And some who are taking anti-tuberculosis and antiretroviral, they developed very severe side effects. They are given some remedies which help them to get rid of the condition. And they are okay.
Amazing. I wonder, maybe Rebecca can answer this one. Do you ever use, I'm guessing you use the homeopathic Noso tuberculinum, but do you ever use the remedy made from the drug itself?
No, we don't. We don't do that so much, isopathy. We've got working in an epidemic here with AIDS, so we tend to work within the genus of, if somebody has AIDS, work within that genus. We do use remedies we have treated people with active TB, and, again, they can be on the medication, but they get really weak, and that's where we find homeopathy comes into the fore. So often it's quite remedies that you would know, like phosphorus is a really very good remedy. Natron mure is a very good remedy for AIDS. But, where people have the chest, K-like carb is a very good remedy. And because we're on the side of a mountain, as Sister Ida will say, we're on the side of a mountain, so the weather can be quite changeable. Sometimes we get cloudy and it's quite cool up here. And then in the afternoon, it's much warmer, and then we take our jumpers off and, it's sunny and hot. So that changeable temperature means people are quite prone to chesty illnesses. So K-like carb has been another one, huh?
Yeah, which has helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we found that really a lot of the remedies that listeners will know are very effective here. We also have the remedy Adamas that we use a lot for.
It's made from
very
gold.
chesty.
From diamond.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Diamond. And it's a very effective remedy for the kind of cloudy weather that we have, where people get the chronic coughs with cloudy weather. They might have
wow.
TB, but it's a really useful remedy on this mountain because of the weather conditions.
I
And
learn
of course,
something every single time I speak to another homeopath. I have never used adamas for a cough ever in 10 years. So that's incredible.
Yeah, chronic cough for more than 3 months, worse in cloudy weather, then you can think of adamas.
Wow.
Nice little keynote for you.
Cool. That's amazing.
Well, thank you.
To introduce Victor, the hemophilic.
Oh, we also, we can introduce, can you speak any English? We have the family here, one of the kids here is a hemophiliac kid, and we built his family. HHA raised some money to build the family a house because they had they had no house really, very, very, very basic. So we built them a 2-room house, which is, dry and secure.
The mother is there.
Here he is. Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
Jumbo.
Victor. Can you say hello?
Hello.
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 Hello, Jumbo.
Victor is 8 years old, and this is his mother. Can you say
Hi.
hello?
Jumbo.
Hello. Say hello. Hello, Jambo. You can say Swahili.
Jambo.
Jumbo.
What would you like to say about your?
Jambo.
Can you ask her to say in Swahili what she thinks about her house?
Unasemaje habari ya afya yako? Unapata nafuu au vipi? Tuambie.
Missouri.
Missouri means good. It's good. And for Mama, what would she say about the house?
Unasemaje juu ya nyumba?
Bado haijakamilika.
Say louder. Louder.
Unafurahi?
Nafurahi ndio.
Yes, she's very happy.
Aww.
Sister Ida told me today that they said they felt it was like a gift coming from heaven. It touched their heart. It made me feel tearful this morning because they were living in very, very poor conditions. And if now they have a little house, and now we've had a little bit more money, we've been able to build a toilet for them, or we're in the process of building a toilet and painting it.
Wow.
And we're hoping to get them some beds as well. But no beds.
What an incredible charity. I mean, this is the thing, that's why I love supporting HHA, because the money are actually going to the people. It's not getting chewed up in administration fees and advertising where the people that need it don't actually ever end up getting the money. And I don't know if you know this, Rebecca, but we've got our 100th podcast episode party on the 12th of August, and it's $10 for each of our 100 guests, and the $1,000 that we're going to raise is all going to Homeopathy for Health in Africa. So I really hope that anyone So we go on the 8th of August, actually the 8th of the 8th, we're going to have a chat with Camilla Scher, who's one of the founders of the charity, to hand over, electronically the money to HHA. So I really hope that will, be able to make a difference. But anyone listening to this podcast, I mean, if you are looking to donate money to a worthy organization that is actually going to make a difference in people's lives, that is sustainable, that's, is just making such a huge difference, then Homeopathy for Health in Africa should be your number one choice. And like I said before, if you want to buy that person that has everything a gift, buy them a donation to HHA on their behalf for their birthday.
Oh, Eugenie, you're a marvel. And honestly, it's so true. The money here goes a long way. Like if we get $20, then it means that we can that will provide 10 remedies in a bottle, enough for a month. Enable us to do the clinic and provide, see 10 people to provide them remedies and everything else, because it is a remote area. We have to travel and everything. It's just brilliant. So that money does make a difference. It really does.
Yeah, that's incredible. And I mean, you volunteer so much of your time with this organization, Rebecca. I see all the online stuff that you do for them, all the promotion, all that, it's just really amazing. Yeah. That's why, you look at some other charities and you just never quite know if the money is actually reaching the people that it should. And you see these huge advertisements that they put up everywhere, and, you've got to pay for those advertisements. And sometimes I wonder, where did you get the money to pay for that? And is any of it actually ended up with the people that need it? But with you guys, because I know you, I know what you do, I feel that I could really promote Homeopathy for Health in Africa, because the people that are behind it are so genuine and they actually are making a huge difference. And there was that Facebook message that Camilla put on a little while ago about that little boy that had the hernia, and they needed the money to do the operation. And, some people jumped on board, were able to provide the money, and, he had the operation, and it sounds like he's doing so well. So that they're actually making a difference in people's lives.
Yes, we absolutely do. And that little boy, we went to the Maasai on Friday, and he's doing much, much better. We know he goes directly to the source where it's needed. And, our local organisers like Sister Ida and other organisers, they keep things going, but they're all volunteers as well. We use their house or their porch or their area, and then they organise all the people to come on the days that we're here. So it really is a very grassroots thing where people actually, you get to meet the people who receive the money. For example, the couple, the boy with haemophilia and the mother who just had the money for their house. So it's fantastic. You can be rest assured we're doing as much as we can.
It was so great to chat with you, and hopefully we're chatting again, hopefully tomorrow when you're in another village. So you are just out and about. And have you had a chance to have jet lag at all, or have you, because you've just hit the ground running? You've been there a week now, hey?
Yeah, we've pretty much hit the ground running. So this is already my fourth outreach clinic. So it's pretty good. And hit the ground running. Yeah. And I love it. So it's nice because a lot of these people I know, and like Sister Ida, I've known for 10 years. So when you come back, it's like it is meeting old friends. So, and even a lot of the patients I know as well, because they've been coming, over the years. So it's really nice to reconnect with everyone.
Oh, I always love seeing the children, like when you get to see them over the course of a few years. I love when you get to see the kiddies, and, you've had a gap there for a couple of years due to COVID. So a lot of those children that you're seeing again now, probably so much older now and bigger. So.
They are, but I just have to show you this little thing. We've got 4 children with their grandmother at the clinic. I'll just show you one of our clinics. So we've got one of the other volunteers and patients is a homeopath here. And you can see all the children. We've got 4 children with their grandmother. Some of them have got ringworm. Some of them have got a little bit of cough. Yeah, so they're all getting different remedies depending on their needs. So, it's really nice. And the grandmother gets a remedy too.
That is so interesting. So let's take a quick break and we'll be back in 1 minute. Hello, homies. So now we're going to go straight into the second recording that we did with Rebecca Stirrup on the 2nd of August. And like I said, be sure to check out the YouTube channel so you can actually see the location where Rebecca is, and you'll be able to see the people that are about to receive homeopathic treatment. Enjoy.
So I just wanted to spin you around. So I'm here in Arusha, just out of Arusha at the Jericho Center. And we are seeing patients. These are 2 patients waiting now, beautifully coloured.
Oh, their clothes are so beautiful, hey?
And we are also doing some teaching. So we have got 2 rooms set up. This is the consulting room, and then we are teaching in here. So the wonderful thing about this project is that we have 9 people that we've been teaching for several years now. And they are able to now they see patients themselves. They have a clinic going here. They see people all the time in the community. The people know about homeopathy. And so it's really, really fantastic. This centre here, I'm just going to flip you around again. You can see up there some buildings up at the top there. They also do teaching of young people aged between 16 and 22 or 24. And they teach them IT, tailoring, and knitting. Knitting is the new thing. So,
That's really cool. So is that centre that you're at the moment, is that dedicated to homeopathy, or is it just like a community centre that anyone can use?
It's a community centre that people come to. So they are now a licence to do homeopathy. They don't need a homeopathy for health in Africa here, but we do come quite regularly to upgrade their teaching and to do clinics. But in fact, they are like a branch of homeopathy for health in Africa. And it's a community centre that does other projects as well. So, but it's very well embedded in the community. So it's pretty amazing.
That is amazing. And do they have their own dispensary right there?
They do. They've all got remedies. So they have their own dispensary, but also this is another thing I'll show you. Because it's a farming region, this is the project's latest products, which are for plants and for farming. I don't know whether you can see those, but they've got things like 100% natural fungicide. These are all homeopathic, agri-homeopathy.
Oh,
for
that is
agriculture.
cool. And Camilla Scher, who's one of the founders of Homeopathy for Health in Africa, I've been seeing her doing a lot of agro-homeopathy courses online lately. And looks like she's put a agro-homeopathic kit together along with a company in Germany, from what I deduct from her Facebook page.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Wonderful. And those are homeopathic preparations that they're going to be using on their farmlands.
They are.
That's cool.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool.
So, the staple crops here are things like maize, obviously, coffee, bananas, sweet potato, obviously beans, tomatoes. But all of these, they can use this natural product, so they don't have to use the commercial insecticides and fertilizers and stuff. Yeah.
That is
pretty
so
nice.
Cool. That's amazing. And this is your 14th trip, right, to Tanzania?
Gosh, I think it is. I can't remember how many, but I haven't been for 3 years because obviously travel has been very difficult. And so I've been back 3 days. And we did some outreach home visits yesterday and saw several patients who are either bedridden or can't make it to a clinic. And then today we've traveled to Arusha here. And then tomorrow we will go into the Masai region, which is just, into the mountains from here, and do a clinic up in the mountains. So, yeah, we're going to have a busy couple of days.
Oh, my gosh. And what's it like for you to be back?
It's so amazing. It's like, in some ways, it's like I've never been away. As soon as you get back, you kind of meet everybody again. I'm meeting Martha, who's the woman who runs this project here. I've known her for several years, so we haven't seen each other for a long time. So that's been really nice. And we've got our homeopath who's visiting from Germany here as well, a volunteer. So she's going to be doing some teaching today. In fact, they're focusing on urine tract infections today. So that's the teaching program that they're going to do.
Is that something they see a lot of over there?
Yeah, quite common. I mean, these people here, they're kind of well trained, and they did the basic sort of 36 remedies which cover your basic injuries and coughs and colds and things like that. Now they're treating all sorts of more complex things. So, yeah, we go through like heart remedies or some of the remedies for, urine infections, or even yesterday we had a stroke patient. And so we gave him, well, actually it was the follow-up. He had a stroke a year ago, and we gave him Arnica a month ago. Well, the people here, the homeopath here, gave him Arnica. And a dramatic recovery in the sense that he can now stand by himself and walk a few steps. His energy is back, all that kind of stuff, So it's pretty amazing.
That is very cool. It's interesting. I was chatting with Dr. Saptarshi Banerjee in India a little while ago. And of course, he goes to a lot of the slums and he prescribes over there. He called it slum prescribing. And he goes into a lot of the rural areas there as well. And what he was saying is that because the people in these remote areas don't have access to a lot of pharmaceutical medication, you can see a much clearer symptom picture because it's not suppressed. Yes. Your symptoms are not suppressed. And often because their vital force is a lot stronger because they haven't had the suppression of pharmaceutical medications. Often the homeopathic remedies can work quite profoundly. So our listeners that are listening and hearing this patient with a stroke and Arnica has helped them. And, most of our listeners are probably going, Arnica, I've got that in my first aid kit. That's amazing. So how cool. Oh.
It's pretty fantastic when you can do something with such, we all think, we know Arnica for bruises and, injuries, but it actually is one of a very, very good remedy for stroke. And it was wonderful to see this man. He was so delighted. And I'm sure he's a reverend in Moshi. All his people are saying, how did you get so better after a year? Suddenly then in 2 weeks you're walking again. Oh. His wife is delighted. So I'm sure we're going to get a few more patients from his parishioners, to come and visit us.
Yeah, I mean, when I just first heard about Arnica, you think about it for bruising, but actually it's got that affinity with the whole cardiovascular system. And just
it certainly does.
For that. Amazing. And what sort of other cases have you seen already in your time, in your short 3 days there?
Well, we saw a little girl with a bad cough. I've only seen a few cases so far, of course, because I've only just arrived.
Yeah, you're allowed to have jet lag.
And we've seen a man actually with very bad headaches. And it's interesting because a lovely young man, and the HHA, Homeopathy for Health in Africa, facilitated getting him a camera. He wanted to be a photographer. And he's a really hardworking young man. Anyway, they facilitated getting him a camera. So he started building up a business, taking photographs of occasions, weddings, individual photos with a good camera, because obviously lots of people have got iPhones or phones, but it's different having a really professional. So he's been doing very, very well. But every time he does the editing with the artificial light, he's getting these bad headaches. So We were looking for a remedy for him yesterday. So, yeah, we chose one. So let's hope that it helps, because they're pretty and it makes his eyes kind of water and get all blurry. So it's interesting that the artificial light from that camera editing is causing those headaches. Yeah.
That's very interesting. And is there any sort of superstition around homeopathy over there? Do you find that the people in the local villages, do they accept homeopathy quite well, or are there any issues around you being there?
No, they accept it really well. And it's really nice because we don't have that problem at all. I mean, there will be some people maybe who are a bit suspicious, but we go, as I say, we go up into the mass line. We have been going there for years, 10 years. That they really know about homeopathy, and they're always there. Our local organizer knows we're coming, and then everybody's waiting when we get there. Like, as you can see, there's, they're putting more chairs out now, so that people can sit while they wait to be seen. So yeah, that's how it works.
That's very cool. And what is it, about 11 o'clock in the morning there now? Hey.
It is just after 11. Yes, it is. So,
and you've had a long trip because Rebecca was on a previous episode and in New Zealand, and then you had a trip to the UK, and now you're in Tanzania.
Yes. Yeah.
And have you had to use any homeopathics along your trip along the way? Anything for jet lag or any other remedies that you've had to use?
I've just used some Arnica. It's good because there was a lot of COVID, and obviously I had to get on the plane. So I just took a few doses of aconite every so often just to make sure that I didn't get it. So, yeah, it's great. Would you like me to introduce you to one of the ladies who runs the project here?
I would love that, please.
Okay.
Hello. How do you say hello in your language?
Oh, habari gani?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Just say si jambo.
Jambo. Yeah. Oh, well, I did a little bit of Xhosa when I used to go to school in South Africa, and all I could say is usapilanjani. But that's different language.
Okay, here is Jumbo.
Jumbo, I like that. Jumbo.
So Martha is a wonderful woman who organizes everything here, and she's just a force to be reckoned with, and she's got a huge heart, which is why she helps her community so much. So you can ask her some questions if you want, but she's just amazing.
That's beautiful. So how many days a week is the clinic open?
5 days.
5 days. Oh,
from Monday to Friday.
They keep you busy, hey?
Yeah, we are busy here. Working with homeopathy.
And Martha, how long have you been learning homeopathy?
Oh, it's a long time, because before I'm doing as a translator for 12 years ago, and later I'm interested to learn.
That is very cool. And what's your favorite 3 remedies, Margaret? Your favorite 3?
Yeah. First one I use sepia.
I like sepia. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, of the aging problem. So sepia is very good for me. And also I prefer arsenicum if I use something which is not good. Yeah. So I use arsenicum. Uh-huh. And if I be in shock, I use aconite.
Yeah. Good choices. All good choices. And have you got, what have been some of your best cases that you've treated over there? What have been some of the most amazing improvements in health that you have seen?
Especially people who are having a problem of legs. Yeah. Most of the time we give them rootstocks, and it's very good for them. And for women, we are using chest problem. Here is cold also. Sometimes we give them carboveg. And if it is a lot of dust, it's caused by dust, we use phosphorus. So it's helped people.
You know your remedies. I'm very impressed. That is fantastic. Wow.
Do you know her remedies, I tell you.
Yeah. I get lessons from Rebecca and other people from Moshi. Also, we have one who started to work with us, Sangita. So we are still going on that. Yes.
Great. Have you got a favorite?
What is nice is when I first go on, sorry.
I was just asking, do you have a favorite book that you use, a favorite homeopathy book?
Yeah, we have a book, but is not having all remedies.
Okay.
It's have 30.
30.
yeah.
Okay.
We also have a problem with, they have Fartax repertory, you know, the Fartax
Yes.
repertory, and we're getting them Fartax materia, but they've had Fartax repertory for some time. But I'm so used to communicating with these guys, but I forgot that I work through a translator. Martha speaks very good English, but mostly, no, not good. It's very good. Mostly people speak either Swahili or Maasai. And I had forgotten that they don't read English. And of course, Fartax, I give them the book and it's in English. I completely forgot. But the book they have with the 30 remedies is in Swahili. It's been translated, so it's really useful.
Wow. That's brilliant. Who did the translation for you?
Homeopathy for Health in Africa, the two of the homeopaths here, they did the translation. And then we have a course that they translated from English into Swahili, and all the course notes. So when we're teaching, they receive everything in Swahili, which is really good. So Homeopathy for Health in Africa is doing a great, it's done a great job in spreading the word, because it's Martha here, but when you go into the Maasai, there are, how many people up there know homeopathy, Martha? Like Maria and Engelbert, and
There are 4.
Four of them in the mountains also know homeopathy, so they can treat up there as well, because it's remote, it's very remote.
Oh, amazing.
So
I'm so sorry. I think I said Margaret, but your name is Martha. Hey,
Martha.
Oh, it's
Martha.
the connection. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Oh, Martha, you have such a beautiful energy about you. And I can see you and Rebecca look like sisters, or should I say partners in crime? Sisters in crime. Oh, it sounds like you ladies have a lot of fun there and you're doing amazing work. And it's wonderful to see the people piling up outside, ready to receive homeopathic care. So, Martha, do you actually go to people's homes as well, or do they just come to you at the clinic?
If the people are very sick, we are going to his home. But if they can manage to come, we prefer them to come to our clinic. But sometimes we are going outreach.
Yeah, amazing. And are you well stocked with remedies there? Have you got quite a lot of remedies, and where do your remedies come from?
Well, yeah, we've got a good stock of remedies. Homeopathy for Health in Africa I could show you a picture, but we've got all the remedies here, and we get restocked when people like me come or other people come. A lot of them come from Europe, from the German pharmacies, or from the English, from Helios in England. Yeah, but we've got all the remedies, and we have all the bottles. We always give a liquid, and we always give it usually we give it a 12C daily dose. They have a bottle that the person takes away, and they take a little capful every single day. And we find that works really, really well.
Oh, so rather than the sugar pills, you prefer to give them liquid dosing?
Yes, it works very well, and they give the little succussion in between each dose,
Right, yeah.
So it's a really good way. So they've got all the little, if you like, medicating potencies, and then when when Martha gives a remedy to a person, she then makes up a bottle for them.
Yeah.
Oh,
and we do that too.
Yeah.
And it looks like a few more people have joined you in the queue there behind you.
Oh, yes. We better get going.
Wow. Okay, ladies, it was lovely to chat with you. And Rebecca, I hope we can do a few more of these as you go to the different clinics.
Definitely.
And it would be wonderful. And Martha, it was lovely to meet you. My husband and I want to come and visit Tanzania. So I hope that one day we can come and visit you there.
You're welcome.
See you later. Bye.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.